Hello, everybody. Yeah, I will share my screen. And we will start with two Mozilla Hubs spaces that you sent in Discord. I didn't write my feedback because there was only two spaces, and I want to talk about them now. So I will start with Matteo. Yeah, first of all, thank you for doing your homework. So yeah, in this space, it's clearly, you can clearly see like the center of the space, this flower, and then it goes in separate directions with the forms. So you did what I wanted. You used different forms, and they correspond one with each other. So this is we have a connection between forms with different materials, like more natural materials, and then clearly plain over here. So they group, they're making separate groups. Also, these three objects making their smaller group because they are moved in the space. I don't see in both spaces much light. Like I think you used one light from the sun. Yes, Matteo, can you help me?
Yeah, I had troubles with the light actually because I put an ambience light, and this gave this red color, and then I tried to put a directional light or a spotlight on the shark.
Yeah.
But it didn't really change it. And I tried to like play with the cone and the color, but I couldn't really succeed in changing it.
Okay, I understand. Yes, then I will tomorrow maybe try again to show how to work with the light in Mozilla Hubs. Yeah, but I like this fish and these triangles with a form and with a natural form. Yeah, and let's talk about the second space, which is really different from the first one. Even from this view, it can be seen like the first room, Mateos, was like one room, and this is a small like a space where you go from one room to another, and then you have other third object. It's even more that I will talk today about like these transitions. So when you enter the room, you can see the first room, but you the first thing that I am thinking about is what is in this door. So in this environment, it's also about not only about objects, but about transitions. Sorry, I have a bit trouble with.
Yeah, the stones are a bit in the way, I think.
Yeah, but I made this.
Yeah, me too. Like, but then I struggled a lot to do it again. Sometimes I was just going from this side because you can.
Yeah, yeah, you can actually check like this passes in Mozilla Hubs where something is blocking your way and what is not. Yeah, I really want to go there.
I found the solution for this by making it 2 times wider for the doors. If you're using this default architecture kit and doors, it's possible to make it wider 2 times, and then it's okay. Just for info.
Yeah, I use a teleport. Yeah. Yeah, and I like this wall of the windows. So yeah, thank you again for doing this homework. This is even more about what I wanted. Like in this room is not much color, but forms, and you clearly feel the order from which point you need to go and where you need to go, and this feeling of repetitions of windows. And let's go to the presentation. Yeah, the first homework was just like a little training for you to feel the Mozilla hubs and find what can be problems with it. I also saw the message that you had problem with it and you connected to support of Mozilla hubs, and this is actually a good advice for any software or that you're using in your development of plugins. You will definitely have problems at some point, and nowadays most of the software has its support by email, and don't be shy to contact them, because actually in my experience just they answer in one day and they really want to help you. So yeah, use this option. And let's go to the second session. Yeah, so today I will continue with I will use again the book I mentioned previously by Johannes Kitten, the teacher from Bauhaus. The second book is about color. Why I will use it? It's because I find it really important. This forms and color in any art that you are doing, and especially for environment. And I don't know if you can really do you have this book, or is it available for you to buy or load it? So I added some screenshots from this book. Please don't share this presentation because I own this book, but I'm not allowed. I think it's not allowed to use these images like on the internet. And after talking about color, we will talk a bit about game design approach and how it is different from artistic approach, and the term of style. The style can be understood in different ways. I will talk more about atmosphere and like the feelings that the viewers have in your environment. So this will be the style of your work. So color. Main colors are yellow, red, and blue. So these three colors, they have the biggest impact, and so the color itself, when you are in the environment, forms are important, but colors give you they have more information and attract more than forms. So the first you will see colors. So and this is important for you as an artist, not to forget about them and how they work one with each other. So this is the main colors, and yeah, so the violet is red plus blue, green is blue plus yellow, and orange, red plus yellow. So this will be additional colors, and they will be not so powerful at the main, but still they have their impact. And then you can see another colors there that are between them. And we will talk about contrast. So the first and the main contrast will be the contrast of hue. So, and the main colors, red, yellow, blue, they will have the most visible contrast. Also, you can add white and black, or you can separate color. White and black is not colors itself, but they have their black and white contrast, and they can divide objects with colorful objects, and strengthen this contrast. So in these images, you can see how the contrast changes when you use the main colors, or you use the secondary colors, or you're mixing these colors together. So you can clearly see that this one has the smallest contrast, and this has the biggest contrast. And when I'm talking about contrast, it's not on when we are talking about colors and forms. We are talking about a term of harmony and composition, and how you can use objects like bigger, smaller, and with different contrasts, so they will look good all together. And you can use like several colors, or you can use actually only one color and use light and dark contrast. Even in art, you can see that a lot of like Eastern art is based on these light dark contrasts, or you can use like several colors, but that are more light or more dark together, and this will give you also this whole atmosphere, more clear or more heavy, more you can use it to make feelings of some emotions. So this will be, of course, related more to some open space, to some free will, and this will be more about some more frightened experience. Other contrasts will be cold and warm. Cold and warm can be understood in different terms. Like it can be cold and warm, like blue and red, that have the biggest cold and warm contrast. So the water, the ice, and the fire. But still, cold and warm can be about textures, and so it can be about something soft and or solid. You can see this is a screenshot of one of my favorite games. It's a bit old game, American MG Alice. So this clearly, this contrast, the whole atmosphere is a bit frightening. There is this cold green and blue, and these red parts, and also fire around. Interesting part of the colors will be simultaneous contrast. This means that we see not only the colors themselves, but we also see when there is like separate colors together, or object with different colors. You see them not. You can see not these colors, but you have the illusions of different color. For example, if you put, this is the same gray square, but on different backgrounds, and based on this background, this gray square is visualized differently. So you have a feeling of, you see this like more lightened, and this is like more dark. And this goes not only for gray color, but also for other colors. When you combine them together, they work differently than when they are separate. And different colors, they have like different strengths. So if you have a big object of yellow and a big object and the same object of violet, they won't work the same. The yellow will attract more attention because it's more powerful, it's more brighter than the violet. So if you want like two objects, violet and yellow, to be the same power, you should make the yellow smaller. And here's also the screenshot from the book, how these colors, they divide, the power of these colors are divided. So the yellow, then the orange and the red will be the most powerful colors. And for example, you can see here, so this is the red and the green, the same sizes, but you can see this red like really aggressive. And on this picture, these red squares are really small, but over here they are harmonized, so you don't see them like small and not important. Because they are red, they are more powerful than green. And here you see green and red the same strengths because of the size. And as for game design approach, I added here a video. Actually, Nikita sent me this video, but this is you should check it. It's like 1 hour after the session, and the speaker talks a lot about those terms that we already spoken about, color and form, but also about other techniques that are used in environmental design and in game design approach. Yes, I can give you a link.
Interior design textbook.
Yeah, so I send the link to the chat. I also will share this presentation. So he's talking a lot about how to make the environment interesting for the viewer, because in game industry, it's very important to gamer to be interested and to know, like not to be lost in the space. For art, it's also important. Like you can just put all the objects in the space, but when the viewer will be there, he will be like lost and don't understand what is happening. So you should use these techniques to make you understand your space, but still not be very focused. Like the art is not a game, so we can use, for example, in game, the gamer should always know where he needs to go and what he needs to do. But in the art, you can use this when sometimes he's lost, so he needs to investigate the space. So the artistic approach gives you more possibilities how to build the space, but still don't forget that it should be still interesting, and the viewer should understand what he should do in your space. Yeah, let's go to back. I also added some screenshots from Abzu. Abzu is a game, actually it's available if you have Epic Game account. It's free account actually, and I don't know how to add the link for the game on the Epic Store, but if you are logged in, you can go to the store and Google up and search for Abzu, and currently it is available for free. It's not. This game is more about art actually than the game. It's not so interesting in gameplay, but it has really beautiful visual scenes under the water, and you can see how in these scenes this is a good example how the forms and the colors are used. So you can see this vertical thin stones that contrast with big but not high stones on the floor, and the colors like this blue and this green, they have not very big contrast. So the biggest contrast has this machine in the center with this light green light. Also over here, apart from the game, you can check this video created the art of Abzu. It's more about if you're interested in how it is made, but still there are some interesting points about these transitions. So again, how to make the viewer to understand where he or she should go, because if you have separate spaces, so it's not one closed room, but it's a space of separate of a big space, and you need to show this space. You can use different techniques. So you can, of course, use like objects. You can use like some arrows. You can use sound, but you can use also light and color. So over here you can see this path, and when you see this, you clearly understand that this is the path to another space, and this is made only by color and light. I will go now to Spoke, because we, as I understand, you have had problems with the light. So again, how to use light? Because the next homework will be again to make the space in Mozilla Hubs. So today I will show more about how to use elements. So yeah, first of all, I will add some floor. And for this time, we will use not only the basics models from the Rock and Architecture Kit, but also from Sketchfab and Google Poly. And as we are talking today about colors, I will use search by color. It's not like search by color, but still it can give you objects related to the color. Yeah. I will click on cast and receive shadows. Also, you can see over here that we have different settings for how we see the scene. So what does it mean, unlit? Unlit, it means that no light is applied. So you see no shadows, and all the objects are equally colored. Lit, you can see the light is applied. And with the shadows, you can see also these shadows. Yep, so let's try the light. So actually, maybe Matteo, you maybe just if you can test if your spot or directional light is working. So maybe it's just not quite intense. So, but because the default I think is 10 and it's not very visible on the object, but you can check the intensity. And it should work. So this is the shadow and the light. And the same for the spotlight. So maybe the problem was or with settings or just the intensity. Also, you should check where is your light because it should be on the same spot as your object.
Yeah, maybe also the size of the cone.
Yes, yes. So you can check like this. The inner and the outer cone angle. It what does it mean? It's I don't see clearly here, but it's about like the inner cone will be more powerful, and yeah, you can see. So for example, you can see over here if you see my mouse here. So the inner cone will have this intensity, like big intensity, and then this space between inner and outer cone will be the space where the intensity will go from your like 1000 to 0. So for example, if I'm making, so you can see like if it's the same, it's just like this line. If I'm making it smaller, this part becomes the difference between this is not so strength. So I want you for the next session again make several rooms and try to work with color. So you can go to this Google Poly or Sketchfab. And again, if you're already working in some 3D software like Blender or Maya or 3D Max, you can make your models and make your scene there, and then import to Mozilla Hubs. I think it can be even more. It can be easier because Spoke itself has its limitations, but still, if you don't work only in Spoke, you can work with these models and try to build more complex room. So actually, the homework will be to make 2 rooms. So the first one should be a closed space. I even suggest maybe delete, as I did here, I deleted directional light, so we can work only with spot and point lights to make more complex light scene, and use objects from Sketchfab and Google Poly, and create environment based on color contrasts and form contrasts. And I forgot to talk about style. What I was talking about, what I wanted to say about style. So the style is the end point, how it is looking together. So you can see here. So this is like different objects. Objects can be like from one universe or from separate universes. It can be they can you can see it like some models are low poly and some high poly. So for the game design, the game designers, they use like only one style. So as you saw the screenshots from the Abzu, even if it has separate rooms, all of them have the same style of the forms and the colors and the shape of these forms. For you as an artist, you can combine objects that visually are really different, but still this is more about your intuition. Together, they still should provide this whole vision of your space. So you should make the first room like the closed room, and then the second should be separate Mozilla Hubs rooms. The second should be three rooms that I combined together with some doors or some passes that you can go, and there you should be focused on how to make these transitions. So you can again use lights and different. So for example, first room can be more about red, and the second more about blue. So they should be different one from each other, but still connected, and you should show this path for the viewer. Yeah, and yes, don't forget about the forms that we were talking last session and you used in first homework. Do you have question about what you should, because in this course, I would like you to do more this homework, and then we will discuss it, and like you should try yourself to make this environment. It's more about your practice and your experience, what you want to do. Because for today I saw only 2 works. Maybe you have problems with Mozilla Hubs, or because I really want for the next time that everybody will do these 2 rooms. So if you have questions about this, maybe you will ask. So maybe if you have problems with Mozilla Hubs, I can explain more about how to use it. Okay. Okay, so actually it was all for this session.
Perhaps since it's very early, we could start working in the rooms for, let's say, I don't know, half an hour, and then we can check.
Yes.
We can check in, because I also at a certain point got a little stuck with the spoke. Like for example, I didn't understand the floor grid, the square things, when it goes under the objects and when it goes above the objects.
You mean this one, gray one?
Yeah. Sometimes I didn't know if I was under the floor plan or above the floor plan with the objects.
You can check it by, for example, when I click on floor, Yeah, in my scene, it's actually under this grid. You can see this Z coordinate. So Z is like X, Y, it's left, right, and like front, backward. And Z is the height. So you can manually click it to 0. And it should be like in 0 coordinate. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm also not. I'm using more Unreal Engine, so for me it's a bit complicated to manipulate in this space because it has different hotkeys. Yeah, but you can check by this coordinate. Okay. I'm sorry. For the floor, it's let's see, Y. Yeah. Oh, I'm really sorry. I think it's again about because I work in several softwares, and Y and Z can be. I think in here it's Y is the height. Yeah. But the best will be if you use like floor and you just click the position like 0, 0, 0. So it's definitely on the 0 point, and then you can adjust all the elements to it. Yeah, I'm really sorry. The Y is actually the height. It's my fault. So yeah, maybe let's, because we have time and I really want you to work more in Mozilla Hubs and then discuss it. Let's maybe try right now, like everybody can check, can work separately in Mozilla Hubs for half an hour. I think we have time, and then we will back on the call and look to everybody's work. Yes?
Sounds good.
Yeah.
So we see each other at 15 past?
Yes, yes, yeah? Yes. So 12, oh, no, I think 11, for you it's 11:15, yes.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, we'll open the room 5 minutes before. So at 10 past, we open the room, and then at 15, we share what we have. And
yeah, maybe if there will be question, maybe not close the Zoom, just I will like stop the screening and the video, but I will be here. So if someone have questions, they can go back to Zoom.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So I will keep the room open for anybody to ask. Thank you.
Yes. Yes. Great. So I wanted to make it bigger, but all that I had time to. So I focused on this blue and red, and I wanted to add also the floor. But yeah, I wanted this to make this like a mystery, horrifying place with red, white, and blue. Yeah, but it's not ready. But even if you're like me, didn't have much to show, you still should show it now. So Matteo, do you want to start, or maybe other participants who are ready? I see Vera is ready. I don't know how it, Matteo, how you think it'd be easier for everybody? I think maybe just the participants share his or her screen, but also like add links to the chat, because if everybody goes to different rooms, it can be a bit long. Maybe let's just...
it's easier to share the screen.
Yes, but links also please add to the chat so everybody will check it later. So okay, Vera, can you start? Vera?
5 minutes, please.
Okay. Then maybe Luis? Yay.
Can everybody see it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, well, this is actually like the very first room I I make, because sadly I missed last week's session. But it was really fun to make. So like my idea, I didn't manage to do it, but it was like to enclose this kind of like ice temple that has like this energy ball that could be seen from outside. So the idea was to make like a cylinder, and you could only see this like purple energy ball from the outside, and then once you enter, um, instead of going straight to this like opening, maybe you would start from the background, and you would need to circle it, so go around it. But I didn't manage to do the like the curved walls, um, but yeah, this is like my start.
Yeah, great. Yeah, and also this is in that video about game design, they're also talking about how to make it more interesting. So if you have a clear path, like the straight path, you just pass across the room, and you are not pay attention a lot to the details and not so interesting. So yeah, to make some obstacles, or to make the viewer like he must to go through some not straight but curved trajectory path, it makes more interesting. So yeah, cool.
Yeah,
And this is
I don't know if I managed, but let's try, because I didn't want it to make this passable. So when you walk here, you cannot like enter. Oh, it works. Nice.
yeah. Yeah, great. And I like these monochromic colors.
Yeah, I tried to put like a point light here, but I don't know if it was like too low, because this was supposed to be more like purplish. But well, everything is more or less in color range, so I'm happy with the results.
Yeah, yeah. As for light, as I showed in Mateos, like you if you are not if you don't see your light, and you don't understand what is the problem, you can make the intensity really high. Like so, then when you move it, you will definitely see where is your light and what is the range of this light and how it's applying to your objects, and then just move back to a lower. And also, you can, I forget to tell, like maybe you already use this for everybody. In Mozilla Hubs and in other software, you can parent objects. So you can also like parent light to some object. Just on the right in the hierarchy, you can drag and drop, for example, your light to your mesh. And then when you move in your mesh, it will move also the light and all the child objects. So it's
just like drag and drop an element onto another one.
Yeah, I can maybe if you stop sharing, I can share my screen. So yeah, you can see over here. So at first I have these trees and I have this point light. I put it like I want it to be here. Then I can click left mouse and drag it here. So now it's parented. And when I move my trees, you can see that like this light, it's sticked to this object. You can also like parent a lot of objects. So this is the parent. And now we are moving everything, like all the child and like the child of the child. Yeah, so this is a useful technique, and you can use it, for example, if you have this object and you want to light be in the center, so you can parent it, and then you can change coordinates. I'm sorry, a lot of objects. So when you can parent one object to another, and then you can switch the coordinates. So this will be like 0, 0 to this object. This is also helpful if you want to. I have some problems with Mozilla Hubs, so it's a bit dizzy. So if you want to be your elements near one to each other, you can parent them, then put the position like to 0, 0, and then again to unparent. This is helpful to arrange objects one to another, not just by if you don't know where's the object, it's easier to parent and then set to null position. Okay, I'll stop sharing and let's go back to your rooms. Chat. Okay, so Vera, are you ready now? Vera? Okay, maybe Camille. I'm really sorry if I'm not pronouncing names correctly. I'm really bad with text memory.
Camille is good. So I'm going to try to share the screen. Okay. And oops. So that's the room. It's pretty simple because I want it to be quick. Oops. I'm still really bad with controlling the, yeah. So I try to put a blue light here.
Yeah.
Oh, is it working? I'm not sure. And then just to do like a kind of orange light to create contrast in this side. And yeah, it's pretty simple.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. It has some like this neon, like some futuristic style, like cyberspace or something like this.
I use the cyberpunk assets I found in the library to give it like maybe a kind of, I forgot the ceiling, that's a shame, but but yeah, to give it like a feeling of being in somewhere, but yeah. Voila. Oops. How do I stop sharing?
Well, don't stop it for a while. Like I like this pink and blue like lines in the background because as for me, for viewer, I don't understand what is this. Like what is these lines? And I'm interested. Like I want to go further, like to see what is happening there. What is these lines? So this is also a cool approach to make something like far away, like a bit strange, and so you're like, what is this? What is this? I need to go there to check it.
Yeah, I try to use this reflective material here as well, so it kind of creates a path.
Yeah.
To whatever the second room is. Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Thank you.
Welcome.
To stop sharing, I think it should be yeah. Okay, who else is ready and ready to share screen?
Who is showing room now?
Maybe you?
Yes, yes. I would like to share. This is my room. Do you see this?
Yeah.
The name is The Time is Over. This is post civilization time. And we can see here. Yes, this is somebody like a robot, and time is going back. I think it would be nice if it would be possible to make movement for sharks, like to give them pass. But I think in Mozilla Hubs it is impossible. So they shall move, and arrows on the clocks shall move back, probably like some apocalyptic room and memories from the past, like it was ocean there, and video is telling us the story like 1,000 years ago there was an ocean, something like that. So and I use the two colors, gray and blue. Yes, and white arrows. So 3 colors, I think. So did I understand task correct, Darina, or not?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, and I like these forms. Maybe
like no building, nothing, just
uh,
memories. Yeah.
Yeah, the only thing I see like currently, but maybe it's again it's not like a bad thing. It's like all your objects. Like the first what I see that they are like on the same distance, so they are like on the grid. You can also experiment to like make some groups of the objects. So maybe move some objects, not like very separate groups, like, but currently they are like all distinguished, like all separate and like divided one
Yeah,
from
they
each
are.
other.
You mean these columns?
Columns and also
Sharks.
sharks. Yeah. So this is just again, it's not like a bad thing. It's
You mean composition?
yes, yes.
No, I wanted to make like this.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought maybe in Spoke I shall combine them in group.
No. I just mean the
if
composition.
about composition, yeah, I wanted to make them like this.
Yeah.
And now I don't know where is my room. Where is my house? I lost it.
But if you go to Hubs, this room, because you made it, it should be available in your Hubs account.
Yes. I actually shared it somewhere here.
Yeah.
So I can go. Here is, yeah. So we are here. So I like about Mozilla Hub that we can insert video and we can make live concerts, live streaming. But on the phone, when we are coming from the phone, normally video are not playing.
Yeah.
And sometimes it looks like broken parts, so that I don't like. But from laptop and VR set is cool, I think.
Yeah.
So this is my room.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I stop my sharing screen. Maybe I already stopped.
Yes, you already stopped. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I like how all these rooms are different, one from each other. So the task was the same, but the rooms are totally different. So who is next? We still have Pavel, Alexei, Jonas, yeah, Leonard, Matteo. Who wants?
Yes, I can share my screen if you want.
Yeah, great.
Okay, so let me do that. Okay, do you see?
Yeah.
So this is, of course, my first experience really with Mozilla. So the idea was to create a room that is with this kind of arcade here that is narrowed to the color here that you see. Of course, there needed to be finished here on the wall, but my idea was to create a path toward these colors. Yeah, so it needs some adjustments still, but
yeah, cool.
That's it.
Yeah, this is also like good approach. Like with this form, you just like show, you point with your form where to watch and go. And I like that it's like really big space.
Yeah.
Actually, I want to say that my first experience with Mozilla Hubs also looked similar like that. I was trying to build my museum in Mozilla. And finally, I decided it better to build it somewhere in 3D Max or Blender to make real architectures and bake and insert in the Mozilla.
Okay.
But it takes time, much more time, of course.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Please add also the link to the chat.
Sure.
Okay, who is next? Pavel, maybe you?
I can share my screen, but I am in a very noisy place. Maybe you can hear me normally. Yes.
It's quite. We can hear you. It's not so bad.
Okay.
But you muted yourself. You can unmute.
Yes, it is my first experience in Mozilla Hub also. So I can explain the relation between moon and the sea. And I think it's kind of apocalyptic time also after that time when moon fell on the earth.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yes, but but in this case, moon was very flat.
Yeah, but I like it. This flat moon.
Yeah, yes. But when I started to publish my project in Mozilla Hubs, the program asked me about very big models because I use, I think, high poly models. And it's pretty difficult to create a room with this project.
Yeah, this is what I was talking on the first session. So this is a problem with high poly models, especially on mobile devices.
Yes, I understand, but I understand it was only a training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's okay. Yeah.
So that's all, maybe.
Yeah. Thank you.
I stop share my screen.
Okay. Who is next? Maybe Leonard?
Hello.
Hello.
Next, share the screen. Yeah, are you seeing me?
Yeah.
So yeah, this is my first try in this software. So yeah, it's something like this. Yeah, something like this. And then if you zoom out, there is another room.
Whoa.
Yeah, so like, yeah, of course, like I just start to do that. For example, I don't know how to do it, but for example, like if you go like, it would be nice, for example, if you would go inside of this green space, you would see 360 video. Yesterday I see some examples, which was super cool, but I don't know how to do that, but maybe you will explain in future how to import 360 videos in kind of spheres or rooms or something.
Yeah. I actually like on the next session wanted to talk more about like pictures, videos, and 360 videos. Yeah, and also cool that you did this second room like much upper, because this when you change the level, so you need to go down or up. It's also it's more interesting than going on the flat surface.
Yeah, for me, this is the biggest problem here. Like, I really don't like it. I found it super boring. Like this, so many. I tried to look yesterday some another artworks in Mozilla Hub, like, and I found it very boring because like all the times it's like copy of real world, like corridors, rooms. Like, why you should use that in VR? Like, I think it's more interesting to have out of this like. Physical laws what we have in the real world in this, because there is more possibilities. So yeah, let's fly around.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think why there is so many like walls and rooms like normal. It's just because when you start to work with something, so even with the VR, at first you try to apply the same like techniques and vision that you have. For example, when you are making installation, like in real life. You have only these physical objects. But yeah, in VR, I also recommend to try to use stuff that you can't use in other environments.
Yeah,
So,
but for example, yesterday I checked a lot of like Ars Electronica sites, and really mostly it was like up to there was for many artworks in Ars Electronica. I didn't understand why it is in VR. It was nonsense. No, a little bit weird. Why is a really good like artists do this kind of like limit themselves? Yeah, just like talked about that.
yeah, thank you. And I like this color, this yellow floor. Yeah. Matteo, will you share your room also?
Yeah, it's embarrassing.
You should never be embarrassed.
No,
What you do.
I own my embarrassment. Yeah, so actually, because I really got stuck. So this is as far as I got with the light. I was trying to like, you guys see, right?
Yeah.
So I was trying to like create shades in the water. But then I put first a directional light on the rock, and then I added the waves, but then I got stuck because I wanted the wave to keep staying above the floor level. And then I lost a lot of time to actually manage the waves as I wanted them, and still they're not as I want them to be. So yeah, I got a bit lost.
Yeah, but still, it's a cool start. You can try maybe changing the scale of this water. Yeah, and you can at first on the bit left you can see this. Yeah, left. No, to the left and left from the X there is like yeah. So click this and then you can change only one way. Yeah.
Okay, I see.
It should work better.
Yeah, maybe I have to change the size of the waves.
Yeah. Yeah, but still, this is a good start, and this is good that you like these interactive elements like water, when you have a lot of parameters that what you can change. At first, it could be a bit confusing because you have some vision in your mind and you try to make it like this, and when you're not familiar with this stuff, it can be hard, but still when you're changing all these parameters, you can find new inspiration how to use this material. This is like how I'm working with some new stuff. So apart from what you want this water to be like, you can also see how it changes. Maybe it will give you some also new ideas.
Yeah.
Yeah, great. And there is also a little blue bird, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Yeah, thank you. Alexei, I saw you Alexei sent a picture to Mozilla. Oh, to the chat. Alexei, are you able? Can you share screen or talk a bit? Okay, maybe I will share his screenshot. Yeah, I think you should see my screen, and I opened the image that Alexei sent us. Yeah, I see. Yeah, actually, everybody, a lot of worked with this blue color today and blue light. Yeah, quite cool. And again, these different levels where you can go. Yeah, I like it. Okay. I think everybody showed the rooms, yes? So I suggest for next session, you should try to continue working with these rooms or maybe new ones. Again, try different possibilities and check how it is working in Mozilla Hubs, or you can make it in 3D modeling program and try to experiment and try also maybe please check the links I added to the presentation, and maybe check some Mozilla Hubs rooms or just games and focus on these colors and transitions between spaces. So it will be all for today. And on the next session, we will talk more about adding like sounds or texts or videos, and making like more our space more expressive. So see you next Thursday. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.